already put your book here. And this is like a little journey. You go kind of step by step further through your book, and you see you're going kind of already feel yourself into your own journey as an author, and see your book and your book journey as kind of it's an own entity, and it helps for choosing your path as well.
Choosing my
the path as an author and see what's all possible, maybe get some more insights where you really want to go with your book. Yeah. It helps for like a little bit warm up, and then when you go through the genre and have more feeling of what is really the place of your book and the position you take.
So the exercise is walking and looking at that book and visualizing where I want.
Yeah, and I asked you a question. You don't have to think too much.
You're going to ask me questions. And you want me to answer out loud?
Whatever you want, or you see it just, or just go with the flow, whatever feels right for you. I don't want to be too specific.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. And usually you start, if you stand here, and then do a little breathing, and then I ask you a question, and you just walk through your book.
Physically well.
Yeah.
Toward my book.
Yes.
Not anywhere else.
If you feel like you want to walk outside, okay, that's okay.
Toward.
Yeah. And then try to just relax and don't overthink. Just see what's coming. Why actually comes it was. Now we just count from 10 backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is your mission with your book?
My mission is to lead humanity closer to oneness.
Why is this so important?
Because it's my life's purpose.
Who are you going to reach with it?
Is this like the audience, the specific audience?
What's coming in your mind?
Just humanity, just mankind. Almost.
Where do you see your book? In which unique places?
Which unique places?
Yeah, in general, which places? Where physical do you see your book? Do you see a scenario?
Kids' rooms. schools.
How do they use their book in school?
As a foundation for teaching practical things.
So, do you see who holds this book?
Who holds it?
Like when you have a picture in mind, it's like the teacher and the class gathered around. Is the mother? Is it the grandma? Is it the older sister?
In the school? Or,
In the school or the boss?
I mean, in school, I see teachers reading it to kids of all ages, really. And even, like just kids' bedrooms, like parents reading it to their kids.
Do you see the faces of your readers? What are the impressions?
The impression on their face. Just at peace, just peaceful face.
How many copies were sold?
How many copies will I sell? In my lifetime? Let's say 3 billion.
Your wish is my command. Okay, last question. In which languages do you see your books published?
All the languages that the Bible is.
Okay. 58.
Really?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I bet English.
Yeah.
Awesome. You know, it's awesome. We saw already good way to also contribute your work because you mentioned schools.
What do you mean by contribute?
Like make sure that also for marketing, then make sure to also reach schools to find ways how to reach teachers and also like school libraries and stuff. So
Okay, great.
awesome.
Awesome.
Okay, do you already have knowledge about genres and how genres work? Book genres.
Journals?
Genres.
Oh, genre. What's the question?
Do you have already knowledge about how book market work, like different kind of?
No.
Okay.
How the book market works?
Kind of, yeah. Which kind of different kind of books and.
I mean, as far as categories, like when you go to the library and you ask for a book, she takes you to a specific like self-help book or
Yeah.
wait, that's what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know.
Okay.
Just
Okay. So it's also important to know in which kind of categories your book are in because you self-publishing it, and you have to do all the work basically what the publisher does. So for this reason, let's go over the classification of your book. What categories is your book in? It's really straightforward because there's huge two main categories. This is non-fiction and fiction.
okay.
Yeah, your book is non-fiction. Fiction, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that would be the mainstream category. Sure.
Yeah, and which is kind of, it's important for when you do like publish your book, because there are different kind of.
Is the Bible fiction or non-fiction?
I would say it's fiction.
Okay, same category as the Bible.
I don't think it's a proper history book.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. Just to show how many different kind of nonfiction genres out there. Just go quickly over. This is like a presentation in German from me. Yeah, so in fiction, like the main classification are adventure books, all age books, it's like family related books, books especially for teenagers, ethno books, which means it's for specific cultures, like a native tribe in the Amazon or whatever. Fantasy, women, especially for women. Heimat, this is not translatable in English. It's about, for example, if something plays in a little village in the Midwest or whatever, this would be especially like a region, fiction books about a certain region. Then history, fiction, horror, like funny books, humor.
So what are you showing me here? Subcategories? or-
No genres.
Oh, genres, okay.
Different genres, yeah. Just to give you an overview. What,
And I have to pick one,
yes,
only one.
yeah.
Okay.
Which is,
Which one is it?
yeah, kids and children books.
I like that history. The history one that you passed.
So, yeah.
Can you tell me what is this again?
History is more, so it's like it's like a historic fiction book, plays usually before the 1900s, and it's like
Yeah.
about a fictional character. And yeah, this is tricky. Why? Yeah, because your book is kind of a history book,
Exactly.
but also a children book. But maybe this is more. What would you say? It's more important to decline like as a history or as a children. When you
Which one is more important?
when you, for example, tell someone about your book, how do you define your book first?
I say it's a children's book.
Yeah.
Just because I think it requires less explanation.
Mhm.
And I don't have to talk very much. So just being efficient.
And you have to also for when you put your book out there in the categories, because people are lazy. If they don't
Exactly.
want to like think about things, they want to obviously information, facts.
Yeah.
But it's good that you already see the history, because I would say this is the part of the subgenre to specify your book.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you want to take notes?
Of
Oh,
like what was the category again?
fiction,
Oh yeah.
genre, children.
Children's book and history. I got it.
Okay. Crimes, it's also like a typical genre. Science fiction. Tatsachen, it's kind of a feature, means when something happens. For example, like Kennedy was killed, and then you create a fiction book or all of this. Thriller. Western. That's it. It's kind of the
Cool.
main genres on a fiction book area. Awesome. So what you also can do to fine-tune your genre and to understand your own position of your book is to start researching online. And this one. And you can go, for example, I don't know, have you ever done it? Like start some research on genres. Amazon is pretty good. Can just, if you go, for example, here, books, and then children, and then you already see what also people search, which is really good. It's kind of a free research of data, what many people are searching, which you can use later for your keywords. Also, like one of the more subgenres, because you can like choose more than one. You don't have to stick with one. With the genre, you need to kind of stick with one, but here you can like choose multiples. And in your case, I would say it's also like religion.
Okay.
Religion.
Cool.
Yeah, and here you see which different kind of books around there, and here you can see the different kind of categories of a book. So, children books and Bibles, even like their own subgenre.
Yeah, that's a great category. I wonder how many do these people sell?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do some research. See if people are using this category.
I'm really certain that in Spanish you get like higher souls than in English.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No?
Because I think Spanish people are more rigid. You're not gonna like it. It's gonna piss people off.
But do you don't think like younger people, like younger generation in the 20s?
Yeah, I think they'd be great.
Yeah, because usually they also start family quite young, right?
Yeah.
In their 20s and then having some new kind of stories.
Yeah.
I think there is a market potential. Yeah. Yeah, so you can, oh my God, it's even more like Christian Bibles, and this is all sub-genres, Christian living.
And you can have as many of those as you want.
Yeah, it's depend from the distributor, but between 5 and 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not 5 and
Yeah.
7 subgenres.
Yeah. Let's say 3 and 7. Because some are limited, but yeah, you can have multiples. Yeah. Yeah. And also this is like Amazon, and every platform has their own kind of categories. And you need to find, like, let's say 5 which hopefully serve everybody the best, because you publish your book on a distributor, this is a hard word, and they are bringing it to all kind of to the marketplaces, and then you choose before, like, let's say 5 different subgenres, and then they are serve the marketplaces, and they don't have all the same genres and keywords, and the work before is kind of try to find the best 5 genre subconscious and keywords to really bring the best out, that people also can find you easily. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, as you see here, it's like Amazon, it's Christian books, okay. They have a lot, oh my God. It's pretty much related to Christianity. Have you ever thought about also reaching, is your book, oh, that's a great question, is your book kind of related to just Christians, like Catholic or Protestant?
Yeah, like because those are the ones with those stories, like Muslims, or they just have different characters in their stories. Although I think Muslims have Adam and Eve also.
Yeah,
They do, right?
yeah, and also Jewish people, because it's all.
Jewish people, right? This is the Old Testament.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can
it's
go-
like the whole world.
Yes.
I lowballed it with 3 billion. We're gonna have to do that exercise again.
Yeah. So this is good to know, to don't, like, when you use a category later, don't just write down Christian books, for example, because this would be okay. And then also, okay, I would say we start making some notes and write some genres down. Okay. Oh yeah, children's history, children's religions.
Religion.
Also, we can more specify this, like religion, Old Testament. Oh yeah, here you see like, oh, children religion fiction books. It's like it's your own category in Amazon. Yeah. Muslim, Jewish, Hindu, Christian, Buddhist, okay. Do you want search something more in Amazon, or should we move on?
I think we could move on. It's.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay, Barnes and Novels. This is also where your hardcover or softcover book will be available. And they have kind of different kind of categories. So I already searched for kids' books. And do you know which age, if you have to choose, what do you think, which age is the best someone needs?
For them to read it to themselves.
Yeah, or someone reading it to them.
Maybe 6 to 8.
Mhm.
What do you think?
Yeah,
That's a good age.
even younger, but also like, because with the consciousness, it's kind of a really complex system or complex idea. But I guess as younger they are, as less they kind of get it. And maybe there's a good research when kids understand the difference between good and bad, which you explained in your book. Like when children really start to understand, hey, when you hit someone, it hurts the other one and stuff. So like understand the evil.
Yeah, what age is that? That's little, right?
I don't know. I would do some research about it.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think 6 to 8 is a good age, and I'm sure I understand the higher meaning in the book by then, for sure.
Well, I mean, for the most part, it goes over their head because it's, but that's the idea. Like, they don't need to grasp it. It's more like the parents will grasp these ideas, or it'll blow their mind, or it'll make them think differently, something like that.
Yeah.
But the kids, I mean, it's just a story. You know, that's how they don't really understand the depths of what's happening in Disney movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're being programmed to be victims of Disney movies. Like, this is programming them to be more heroic.
All right. Okay, what we have here? Oh, history kids. And you see, like, they have like even more subgenres, like Canadian history kids, European history kids, Latin American Caribbean history kids, Middle Eastern history kids. Wow.
Wow, these are real, like, writing about characters, real characters. So are these fiction or non-fiction?
This is a good question because technically it would be non-fiction. It depends on the content of the book. If it tells a true story.
Yeah.
Yeah, non-fiction. So when you have to choose a category here, which one would you choose for your English book?
World history kids.
Okay. Okay. See if there's something religion. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one, Virginia Police.
Wow, it's also a lot. They're really distinct, I like them. Novels. Yeah, it's like social issues, religion beliefs, reference studies, politics and nature, learning basic concepts. It's really proper. If you have to choose two of them, of this list, which one would it be for your English book?
History kids and nature kids.
Okay, this is UK Waterstone. Yeah, I think this was Europe. This was Australia, yes, this is UK. And I don't know if you know this, but the books in Europe, the covers are different, even the children books in the US.
Okay.
The covers in Europe are more, with more details, usually. Like, yeah. Yeah, I would say I can send you the links and you also play a little bit around and fine tune the genres and to a bit of feeling of it. This is Australia, where the book will be also.
Australia? Are you asking me?
No, I say when we use this one distributor, he also published, the book will also be available in Australia.
Where in Australia? Like on the internet in Australia?
No, like in bookstores, I can show you. I have a list somewhere. Yeah, I would suggest you use for publishing in Quantspire because then your book is like everywhere, like going through Europe, being published in Germany, in the US, in all the English speaking countries, in Australia, UK, Canada. And how it works, it's like print on demand. So when someone sees it in an Australian website, they can order it, and then the system behind works like they're working with printer in Australia and then printing it for your readers, and then 2 days later they're shipping it in, voila, the header, yeah. So,
And say I wanna send it, a copy to people, I can just buy a copy and send it to people.
yeah, and you can like order it on your own author account, and you get, of course, cheaper. You just have to pay your own printing costs.
Printing costs.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I can ship it anywhere.
Yeah. You can also like with Ingram Span in the beginning, you can order, I don't know, 50 copies and then selling it like from your base or yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I started working on a website for just myself,
Mhm.
like a blog.
Yeah. Yeah.
To start.
Do you use then like for the URL? Do you have like a name? What is the title of your book anyway?
That's a good question.
Mm.
I think I have to go, I mean, it's the story of Cain and Abel, so I think that should be in it, Cain and Abel.
Mhm.
And then you were telling me to get something that was like
Catchy.
catchy,
Mhm.
so like, I don't know.
Yeah. And if you buy 6 books in a row, it's kind of neat also like a title for it. And because it's like serious. And
But for them to have the same title,
yeah, like a main, like, I don't know, for example, Harry Potter. Harry Potter, it's like the title of the 8 or 9 books, and then they have like this. For each book, it's kind of has their own title and their own story. And then for when you create a blog, you can use this one title, like Harry Potter, for example, as your URL, and then people find you faster.
shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, I really have to give that some thought. Some time to think of that.
Yeah. What is, do you have all the ideas already for your 6 books?
What do you mean the ideas?
Like this, so the 6 books is about Cain and Abel.
It's just one
Yeah,
book is Cain and Abel.
yeah. And what is the first book?
Before the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
it's God and the devil.
Mhm.
Those are the main characters, God and the devil.
Mm-hmm.
In the first.
Can I make this open?
Sure. Second one. Yeah, God and the Devil is a 2-part story, and then it's Adam and Eve.
This is second book. Or the first?
It's like the 3rd book already. I think it's Adam and Eve because they're short stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Adam and Eve, and then Cain and Abel. But I've divided it into 6 stories. Like each one is. It's before the beginning, and then in the beginning. So those are 2 stories. And then there's the introduction of Adam and Eve, and Adam and Eve to the conclusion. Why am I counting 5? It might just be 5. Oh yeah, it is 5.
Okay.
0, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
I don't
Awesome.
know why I was thinking 6 this whole time.
Okay. I mean, you just have to find a common piece of them to what is one thing which link everything together.
What's the one thing that makes all of them together? I mean, they're all Bible stories. They're all Bible stories.
Why is it important that you tell the Bible stories? When you think about before on our vision exercise.
Why is it important that I tell Bible stories? Because I saw how carried away we got with the original Bible stories, and you know what the Bible is missing is perspective, and so that's what these stories are. There's just a different perspective.
I feel like here is your answer of the comment.
What does that say?
Different perspectives.
Different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Like those words.
Mm-hmm.
Different perspective.
Like the concept behind like everybody, every book offers a different perspective on the Bible story to reach kind of awareness or this consciousness and story.
Oh, another theme that they all have in common is they're all empowering stories. Nobody's a victim in any of these stories. Everybody takes full responsibility. So,
Ooh.
like Adam's not a coward in this story.
Mhm.
He doesn't try to hide or lie
Mhm.
or cheat. The only one that tried to lie and cheat was Cain,
Mhm.
and he got called out. And then he apologized. He owned it.
Mhm.
So there's no victims in any of these stories.
Yes. Like this. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good ground already to find a title who's like telling this story, like say it in a few words, what's all about this kind of like story of the title. Like there's a new different perspective. Every story is about empowerment. There's no victims anymore. Everybody has their shit together. I even tend to be, I don't know, it's just the idea, tend to be bringing like this word consciousness in it, because it's consciousness right now, it's kind of a new concept, and everybody who is on a spiritual path knows what it means, and it also makes curious about, oh, conscious Bible stories, what is this, for example?
I like that. Conscious Bible stories. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
As a title
Mm-hmm.
for the series?
Yeah.
Conscious Bible stories.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah. Nice.
And that's you feel that's catchy?
Yeah, because then it makes curious. So it's like, and also you fine tune more your readers, because everybody sees conscious. I already, if I see conscious coffee, I rather go there than there, because it's
Me
like,
too.
because this is a concept behind it, you know?
Oh, that's good marketing.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it very much.
And then you can also,
You charge me extra for that.
and then you can use your URL, like consciousbiblestories.com.
Yeah. I bet it's available.
I bet you.
I bet it's available.
Nice.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Great.
Mm-hmm.
And then I should also have my own URL as well, right? As an author, or no? Just Conscious Bible Stories.
I think I would start with conscious Bible stories, and when you go like on your non-fiction adventure and write another book or another series, and then I would like as an author also have like an author page.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but for now I would start with a landing page. Conscious Bible stories.
Perfect.
Nice.
I love it. That's so fun. Let me write that down. I like it.
Me too. Good.
Good job.
All right.
Yeah, great exercise. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Alrighty, I would say if you can have enough, you have your title.
And the characteristics of
Yeah.
my classifications, what's
Mhm.
that?
This is pretty much linked also into the subconscious and what we talked about.
I have a question. So like for instance, this book, we haven't even done the cover yet, but what's it's gonna say conscious Bible stories on the cover. Is it gonna say anything about Cain and Abel?
Yes, it has to be.
It has to distinguish it,
Yeah.
distinguish the story.
Mhm.
Like for instance, before the beginning
Yeah,
is the title of the first story.
yeah. This is like the great title, and then
Yeah.
the subtitle would be like Cain and Abel. And I mean, this explains it pretty much. Conscious Bible stories and Cain and Abel, and maybe then a little like underneath, like a little sentence with the explanation, like Bible stories you told, or
Yeah.
whatever. Or but this pretty much explains it. Right? Why
It
don't
does.
on point? Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you use this title for every book, and then like book one, before the beginning, two, in the beginning. book
Yeah,
three,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Coming together. Sweet.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, just a second. Yeah. The categories of your books is also what we did here, kind of. So what is like special about your book? You said it already, there's no victims.
Oh, yeah.
And by awesome.
Awesome.
Now let's define the reader, and then this is also perfect because when you know who is like your example persona or your target group, then you know, then you can go from there like specified marketing, you know, like starting the next weeks maybe already with a landing page, and if you find out she or he use Instagram, you can already like start a business Instagram account for authors. And what I also saw, and what is probably really interesting for you, there is in Instagram, there is a shop function. And you can, like, if you have a physical product, which you have with your books, you can also link in a shop version. So the readers, you can like grow your audience, and then have like on one button, they already can buy it, buy all your books.
Yeah.
And even,
So I should get an Instagram and call it Conscious Bible Stories?
yes. But let's find out if your reader will do this on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
I would say we do another, yeah, another exercise. I ask you 8 questions and then you go a little bit within and try to create kind of in a tip wise. It doesn't work. Use the other door. Okay.
Oh, you got it.
Long moment of the day.
I couldn't figure it out either.
Alright, I'm blushing with embarrassment. Continue on. Okay,
Stand up.
Yes. Again. 8
Am I
questions.
right? Walking toward the book?
No. No, but let's like count from 10 again. 10. 9. 7. 6. Try with every question, change the position then. 4. 3. 2. 1. What issue has your reader that you can solve?
An issue that the reader has that I can solve.
With your book.
Issue. Problem. Problem.
Yeah.
They are concerned about their kids' unconscious program.
It's a powerful keyword is the unconscious programming. The books are like a solution for it.
Yes.
Can you tell me, before I go with the next question, can you tell me what's the name of your reader? Like, let's define, is this a male or a female?
It's a female.
Or-
She does yoga. She's like 30, in her 30s, 35, 40.
Okay, can you say a specific age?
35.
How many kids does she have?
She has
2 kids. Girl, boy?
where?
Oh, no.
They're 2 and 7.
The girls 2 or the boys 2?
The girls.
And she works as a yoga teacher or she just likes?
She's a yoga mom.
Mhm.
She's yeah, she doesn't does she work? Yeah, she works. She's a professional too.
Okay. Professional yoga teacher?
No. She's like a she's like a professional working person. She's sort of good job.
So she has like a bachelor degree and now works in.
Yeah, in something like that. Yeah.
Is she married?
She's married.
Why is she interested in religion?
Why is she interested in religion? She's not. She's interested in spirituality.
Awesome. Yeah, pretty good. Very good. And the way she grown up, was she like Baptist or something, or does she have like a personal story with why she's not interested in religion?
Yeah, just her upbringing with religion was not pleasant to her. But she sees where they were coming from as far as the teachings. It was just the practice that she didn't like.
Okay, yeah. But is she Baptist?
Is she Baptist?
Yeah.
The religion Baptist?
No, sorry, is she Catholic or Protestant or something, or is
Oh, like now or growing up?
growing up?
She's probably Catholic.
Awesome, last question about her, what's her name?
Jen.
Jen, okay. Okay, next question. For Jen. What information can you provide Jen that addresses the issue? Like the issue you said, the issue of subconscious profiling.
What was the question?
What information can you provide for Jen that addresses the issue?
What information can I provide that addresses the issue to Jen about the unconscious program? I can present the evidence of how humanity has been caught up in the momentum of our past stories and how what we believe leads to the actions we take subconsciously. And at some point, if that goes off in the momentum without being checked, then it can lead to a lot of unconscious suffering. And so you become conscious of the direction your stories are taking you early on, then you can maneuver the story at a much better leverage point.
And here we go, your introduction from your book. Oh my God, I love it. Yeah. Okay. Good question. How can you reach Jane? Jane.
How can I reach her?
Yeah.
I can target her on the internet based on her habits.
What's her habits?
She wakes up early, she takes care of her kids, she does yoga, she takes care of her husband, she works, she comes home. She doesn't make dinner, dinner's taken care of for her husband. And then she reads to her kids.
Yeah. And how does she find your book? Like she used what?
She find it. It's around that.
Okay.
Not sure.
Okay, this is the next question already asked. What channels does Jane use usually? Like, for example, also, where does she buy her books usually?
She buys usually. She buys. Yeah, she likes going into physical stores, wandering around.
Yeah.
She also buys. Yeah, she also buys
like self-help books for herself on her devices.
First question. What inspires Jane that also resonate with your book
What inspires Jen for what?
in general? And then what resonates with your book? Wait, I have to say one more question. Inspires Jane about your book, which really doesn't resonate with her.
What inspires Jen about my book that resonates with her?
Yeah.
Well, it really resonates with her how we've been caught up by the momentum of our past. And she's intrigued by that she can change that.
Awesome. Then this also goes with the sixth question, what drives Jane?
What drives Jen?
Yeah.
What drives her? Well, she's very optimistic about humanity and the future.
Okay.
She's like green juices and yoga for everybody.
And it's important to, for her, she buys your book
Because it will put her kids off on the right direction. Give them a strong foundation to figure out who they are in life, so that they can find out what they're made of. And this foundation will show them where they're coming from, and then when they have all that information, they can see where they're going. They're well guided on their own.
this is really powerful.
Recorded, right?
Yes. Yeah. Okay, because this what you just said is also kind of the core of, I feel, why this book is important. And this is also kind of the core message how you can really reach Jane. Okay, last question. What information does Jane need to really buy your book, which I already asked, right?
What information does she need?
Yeah.
She just needs to know about the conscious programming and our karmic momentum, where things are headed, and our choice to change the direction.
Awesome. Last question. What do you have in common with Jane?
We're going to the same yoga class.
Yeah, okay.
What else? More things?
Yeah.
We're very passionate about children's education.
Why?
Because it only takes one generation to change the entire world. So really, kids are they're the target. You can program them to program themselves. That's going to be inevitably beneficial for mankind.
Also, really important, yeah. It just takes one generation to really do a major shift and change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super fast, super efficient, very realistic.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay.
Perfect. So we have your target group, a conscious yoga mom.
Yeah, conscious yoga mom for sure.
Okay. Who want to empower the kids to program themselves.
Say that again.
A yoga mom who wants to empower her kids to programming themselves, to think by themselves, to find out sooner than later who they really are. Empower.
To learn to make their own choices, to feel confident about it, to be
Nice.
okay with mistakes, to embrace the mistakes and failures so they
Awesome. Okay. Here are the questions again for you, and I can suggest them. I'm sorry for this. Stereotype.
nerd pigeon. What's it supposed to be?
This is just example for persona,
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
when you work with stereotypes, it's kind of just for creating your personas works.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's actually it what I provided for today.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great, you made it.
Yeah.
I think we did I think it was very productive. Very productive. We got a title, shit, catchy title. Refined customer. Genres, subgenre, we have everything.
Yeah, for the next, you can like start already to buy your URL, your domain.
Okay. Yeah.
Write your introduction. The Spanish translation. Or my Instagram channel.
What is it?
Instagram, like for your book. Yeah. Have you already sent the email to this company?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I was waiting for after already.
Okay. So it's
So you just want the PDF and
EPUB.
B?
Yeah, IPUB, yeah.
IPU?
Can I write it? Sorry, because E and I have, it's like in English, it's an E and I is an E in German. It's like,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
so. EPUB. PDF, 7 inches, the format,
Oh, the format, okay.
and EPUB.
The PDF is in the 7 inches.
Yeah.
Okay. And the EPN, is it U?
U, yeah.
U, okay. And then this
This is for the
needs
ebook.
a 7.5?
No, this needs nothing. This is for
Nothing.
ebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Awesome.
We're off and
Conscious
running.
Bible stories.
know.
Good.
Awesome. Nice work.
Yeah, I'm happy. This is unfold so fast.
Yeah.
Mhm. Cool.
Okay. Do you want to write your PayPal email address?
Okay,
and,
yeah.
The total price you want to pay right now. I mean, I have a feeling that.
Yeah.
Now it's just like 2 hours there.
Yeah, 1.5. Okay, this is WIIEBKE at Yahoo.de. This is my private report.
Should do right.
And we said 5 hours. for 680. Anyways, I don't have to write US dollars. So and we have already one.
What is this?
K like Kiosko. And Yahoo.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's gonna, do you want it in dollars or you want it in euros?
Dollars.
Dollars,
Yeah.
okay, I'll switch it to just dollars. And the total is 6. So, let me know if you get a fee, because I'm paying the fee on my side.
Okay.
So I don't think you get a fee, but
Yeah.
let me know. And I'll send you
Yeah.
the extra.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. My pleasure. Send it.
Would you give me your email?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. This is a D, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, and I will send you just the links if you want to like look a little bit around about the journals more.
Okay.
And I will send it from my business email, so it's like contact@digitalauthors.com, and then you have my email as well.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay,
Beautiful.
great.
Thanks so much, Vika. Good
Yeah.
job.
It was fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you. And I'll send you later the recording.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.